It's time for the one and the only show, the Luke Howard Show. So please welcome Luke Howard. Thank you very much. Thank you. Hope everyone's well. Morning, hello, morning. Hope everyone's well, and of course your day is going very well. Of course, 11 o'clock just gone. It's 11:05. So we thought today and tomorrow that would just change the show around a little bit. We thought that we'll play with the times a little bit. So today we're on 11:05 till just after 11:45, and then tomorrow we'll be on at 11 o'clock, and then we'll see how that goes. And if that goes well, from next week we might do 11 o'clock and see how that goes as well. So we thought we'd just play with the times a little bit, if you know what I mean. Not the Times newspaper. I mean the times as in, we just thought we'd just play with the times, you know, like sort of jiggle it a little bit, sort of thing. Just jumble it about and see how we go. Now you've noticed on the Spreaker page that I've taken away a lot of my episodes, and the reason that is because, well, our storage, of course, has been getting full quite easily. So I've had a little jiggle about with that at the moment. So that's what we've had a lot of trouble with that at this very moment. So we've had to try and sort that out as well. So all the episodes that I've done from the 5th episode in from last year. So if you can't find the episodes that I've deleted, it's because of the storage. So we've had to start deleting a couple of our episodes. The first sort of 5 episodes that I've done, because all the episodes I've done are now on here. So I've done every single episode that I've done is all on here. Right, okay, so to get in touch with Britain's best radio show, then I must say how you got to get in contact with the show today. It is, by the way, Thursday the 16th of July. To get in touch, it's 07593, that's 075... Start again. 07593. Gotta get this right. 847 105. That's 07593 847 105 is the number to text or call. If you are texting, I would actually suggest to start with the word talk and your name and where you're from, like your county or town, not street or house number or anything, just your town or your county, whatever you feel comfortable with, to get in touch with that way. You're more than welcome. Or give us a dial and we'll be happy to get back to you as well. Where you can find us on emails. There's 2 different emails, GaryJHoward68@hotmail.com. We'd love to hear from you, of course. We'd love to. Drop us an email, drop us a message, and we'll get back to you, and we'll give you a big mention on Britain's Best Radio Show. Well, I will, because I'm doing it all by myself, as always. Woo! So, get in touch with us there if you'd like to. Or the other email, would you believe, which is 345-457@student.hrc.ac.uk. Or you can find us on Instagram, which is a social media page. It's at the Luke Howard fan page. Drop us a message on there or whatever you want to do on there, and we'll get back to you, and we'll see what we can find and do. Or you can find us on the hashtags. It's hashtag Luke Howard, hashtag Luke Howard Show, or hashtag listen to the Luke Howard Show. So before we start on the news, I must say that yesterday I had a wonderful day out. Popped up to a little town called Harpenden, and then on the way back, I met loads of lovely people. They've opened a nice pop-up shop up there, which is very nice. They're only there till Sunday. So it's a pop-up shop in Harpenden. Go there. It's sort of on the corner. You wouldn't miss it. It's next door to Godfrey's Fish and Chips. Go on there. It's lovely. And you've also got the Quiche Hospice charity shop, which I went to. Ever so friendly, lovely people. Chatting to them for a long time. And of course the health shop that sells the teas and the sweet shop as well. Lovely place to go. Go and visit there. It's amazing. And then on the way back, I must say where we went on the way back, we popped into Ware because there's a new tea rooms that has been there a couple of months now. It's called Bridget's. I've got it right here. Bridget's Tea Rooms. It's great, amazing tea place, run by students and people, who, I think it's students who have special needs. It is an amazing cafe, tea rooms, amazing tea rooms. They do afternoon tea, they do breakfast, they do lunches, they do everything. It is an amazing thing, and it's lovely tea rooms, and it's worth a visit, and so go along. It's called Bridget's Tea Rooms in Ware, Hertfordshire, and it's worth a visit. It really is. So do hodl along there and have your nice afternoon tea. £10 for an afternoon tea, which is amazing, and £4 for cream tea. And they do a lovely lunch, they do a lovely breakfast, and it's in the Priory in Ware. I was chatting to these lovely ladies for ages yesterday. We've done a right old laugh. So we're going to go there next week, I am, and have the afternoon tea. So it sounds absolutely lovely. Worth a little visit. Bridget's Tea Rooms in Ware, which is by the Priory, round the side of the Priory. Worth a visit. Very nice. Really, really nice. So, okay, let's talk about all of that important news then, shall we? Because there is news that has just come out at this very hour. Oh, hang on a minute. Breaking news. Shamina Begum, who ran off to join Islamic State group in Syria, wins legal battle to return to the UK to fight against loss of citizenship. Right, we'll leave that one there. Okay, so coronavirus UK payrolls has shrunk by 649,000 jobs in the UK during this lockdown. Okay, so the number of workers in UK companies payrolled fell by 649,000 between March and June this year, and official figures have indicated that the number of people claiming work have released benefits last month, including the unemployed, which was 2.6 million. The overall jobless rate was unchanged, but there are 47,000 young people unemployed, and there were a year ago. Unemployment has not surged as many feared because large numbers of firms have put employees on the government-backed furlough scheme. Now we have spoken about we have covered furlough on this show before, and I'm sure a lot of you remember that because we have spoken about furloughing on the show a lot, but we're not going to go into the furloughing, I believe, today, because I want to talk about how we can get a clearer picture of what is going on at this moment, because the headline has unemployment rate hasn't budged since the lockdown was introduced to stop the spread of coronavirus, and it started at a 3.9% between March and May this year, unchanged for the previous 3 months. Now, because of the effect of the furlough scheme, I think we should talk a little bit about the furlough scheme, because of the effect, okay, because I want to talk about the effect, okay, of the furlough scheme on the employment market, analysts, and say the number of hours worked per week is currently a truer reflection of the impact of coronavirus crisis. Now, the Office for National Statistics, which is ONS, has said that since the start of the pandemic, total weekly hours have worked in the UK and have fallen by a record of 175,000.3 million, of 16.7%, to 877.1 million hours. Now, there was the largest annual decrease, which sits estimates between 1971, with total hours dropping to its lowest level since this is May to July 1997, which was quite a long time ago from this year, would you believe? And the ONS has also added that number of Britons on payrolls, which means people have employed by a company and does not include the self-employed, which fell by 2.2% in June compared with March. Now, young people are being especially badly hit. While there are not many jobs around for anyone, many people have simply given up looking. Despite the lack of overall increase in the number of unemployed, the estimated number of people unemployed has aged 16.24 years increased by 47,000 on the year, while other age groups have remained. This is steady on the ONS, which has also said that many young people are employed in the hospitality industry, which was largely shut down from the 23rd of March this year. The retail sector, which is a source of jobs for younger people, has also been hard hit by this very lockdown. Now, at this same time, would you believe, vaccines in the UK in April to June 2020 are at the lowest level since the survey began in April to June 2001, at an estimated 833,000. Yes, you got me right, because I was right there. And this is also 23% lower than the previous recorded low in April to June back in 2009. And I remember this, 2009, April to June 2009. And the ONS has said also that Chancellor Louis Sheikh Sunak recently announced, my mum loves him, she thinks he's amazing, has announced a $2 billion kickstart scheme to create more jobs for younger people struggling to find work. The ONS has also added a larger than usual number of those, of course, losing their jobs. We're not currently searching for another one. and they were therefore economy interactive rather than unemployed, and it was also with some unemployed people that had stopped looking for work. Now, the figures have come as a survey by the British Chambers of Commerce, which is BCC, said that 29% of businesses have expected to decrease the size of the workforce in the next 3 months. The British Chambers of Commerce has called for the cut in unemployed national insurance contributors to protect businesses and jobs. At the same time, though, the Resolution Foundation has a think tank and said that the way the UK has reported unemployment may not reflect the true scale of joblessness. The government's spending watchdog office for the budget responsibility has warned that in the worst forced scenario, unemployment could rise to 4 million. Now, the theatre technician Charlotte Baker, she's 29 years old and she's out of work as a result of this COVID-19 crisis, and she started a new job at the Fairfield Halls in Croydon, which is in London, in September, and last year was furloughed back in March, would you believe? Now, last month, she was made redundant, and even though she could have been kept on furlough, would you believe, she said, your mood plummets and your mental health, and it's just it's just been very difficult living in this limbo establishment, she told the BBC. I said, I obviously just started a new job, which I absolutely loved, and me and my partner wanted to buy in Croydon. We were looking at buying our first property together, and that's been put on hold. And it's difficult as well, because at this time, some people are getting back to normal, and we get certain, we drove through Hertford yesterday, and there was a huge traffic jam, so things are sort of getting back to normal, I suppose. This was about 4:30 in the afternoon. There was a huge traffic jam in Hertford on the A414, and it was busy. It was mayhem, especially at this time. Okay, so Jeremy Thompson-Cook, Chief Executive of the Financial Services from Equals, has said the furlough scheme has made the monthly reading of jobs numbers rather than meaningless, given 9 million people are technically neither unemployed nor jobless. Now, the only guarantee is that some will be looking for new work as the scheme winds down, and some will not be able to be given changes in their living circumstances driven by the pandemic. Now, wage growth has also fallen, which could either be caused by lower paid workers and rejoining the workforce. Okay, I get what you mean. Okay, and from the employers failing to top up furlough wages when they, I would say they previously had, as with all jobs at this very moment, and they have to look through this prism of a furlough system, I believe, to see what's what, of course. And okay, let's talk about global trade correspondent Jeremy David. She analyses it because she says that there is a storm coming, and the government's official number crunches at the Office for the Budget Responsibility, and they have warned that the unemployment could hit 4 million this year. Now, but the bulk of that is that they hit the numbers, and the normal counts of unemployment have been propped up by support schemes, and more than 11 million private sector workers were still on the government payroll, and those plans have also been very effective in staying off a greater crisis as lockdown here. The looming total and hardship is clear, but however, with average real pay, it's after inflation of 1.3% lower than a year ago. In May, the number of job vacancies at a record low. The number of people counting as self-employed has fallen a record to 178,000, would you believe? And as employers now look towards the winding down of support schemes, the announcement of layoffs are now multiplying. Now, the challenge is to getting people back into work, particularly younger ones, would you believe? The group must likely to have been furloughed and allegedly unemployment, especially at the start of the career, but can bright livelihoods and prospects and decades. Now, the economy is opening up, and the uncertain outlook may make employers ridiculous to do the same with hiring. Now, Business Secretary Alok Sharma has said that he had enormous sympathy for people who have found themselves out at work. Now, he said, I know it's going to be very very, very difficult for lots of people as a result of this. And the best thing that we can do is to continue to open up the economy in a phased manner and a culturous manner and get businesses up and going again. He told the BBC's Today programme, that's what he said to them. And he also said that the cost of an action would have been greater than the action for the government had taken. And now Bridget Phillipson, Shadow Chief Executive to the Treasury, has said that every lost job was a physical A tragedy, and now had a hammer below to public finances in the long run. She accused the Chancellor of talking a blanket approach rather than targeting the sector's worst effect of this crisis, would you believe? OK, we'll leave that story there because I don't want to talk any more about furloughing. Because later on we're going to talk about national days because it's National Personal Chef Day and we'll get to that later on. Right, OK, I want to talk about a piece of news very, very quickly about Vernon Kay. Now, Vernon Kay is going to hopefully, well maybe, he might be going on I Am a Celebrity. Now, Vernon Kay is set to make his family a fortune after signing up for this year's I'm a Celebrity. The TV and radio presenter has been approached to join the lineup for the past 2 years, but talks stalled. Now, they show insiders they're thrilled to have finally clinched